Hi everyone, I want to read you a lovely book called Bumbles Dream. It's all about a man who had a dream and he followed his heart and he made his dream come true. It's also got a little boy Timothy in there and a little chicken called Emily. Here we go. Bumbles Dream. See if I can get this so you can see the pictures. Mr. Bumble collected junk. He collected everything, and none of it seemed to be to the neighbours to be fit for anything. Just look, they said to each other. There he goes with another load of junk, and with that foolish hen following him everywhere. Can you see the hen down here? The hen Emily was Mr. Bumble's only friend, and she loved the junkyard. It was a perfect place to lay her eggs. Mr. Bumble took no notice of the neighbours, for Mr. Bumble had a dream. One day he and Emily would fly. They would have enough junk to build a flying machine. The day came when Mr. Bumble was ready. Come along, Em, he called. Time to start building. But Mr. Bumble was uneasy. He had a feeling that he and Emily were not alone. And he was right. Timothy had been watching them from the loft. I can see you, Tim. You'd better come down. We can do with some extra help. And Mr. Bumble started to tell Timothy about their dream. They talked far into the night, poring over plans and charts. Put Emily's eggs somewhere safe before you sit down, warned Mr. Bumble, when Timothy showed signs of feeling tired. Look at this. Work on the flying machine started the very next day, and slowly it began to take shape. Mr. Bumble and Timothy did all the work. Emily kept an eye on progress. Everyone thought hard and long about what to call the flying machine. What a perfect name you've thought of, Tim, laughed Mr. Bumble as they painted on black and yellow stripes. Absolutely perfect. Bumblebee was ready at last. A jet, a flying machine made from junk. The next morning was the test flight. Timothy was pleased and proud. There's Bumblebee. There we go. Together, Mr. Bumble and Timothy roared up into the clouds, climbing, slowly rolling, diving and clinging tightly to the little plane for dear life. Bumblebee was perfect. Timothy was sad now. Mr. Bumble and Emily would be leaving soon and he would miss them very much. Just then, Emily strutted past the door, making a most peculiar noise. "Hello," said Mr. Bumble. "Something's up." Sure enough, Emily had chosen this time of all times to go broody. "Can't take her away from her eggs now," said Mr. Bumble. "Have to go by myself. Look after her for me, won't you, Tim?" "Of course," said Timothy, pleased not to be left entirely alone. "You'll come back soon, Mr. Bumble, won't you?" "One day soon," said Mr. Bumble, blinking back a tear. And out and off Mr. Bumble flew towards the sun in his beautiful flying machine. "Goodbye, goodbye," called Timothy. Emily left her eggs to watch Mr. Bumble go. She loved the junkyard, and secretly she'd never really cared for flying. And that's the end of the story. Look at that. I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe you might like to collect some junk and make your own bumblebee jet.